Steps to Self-Improvement, written and published by Sonic Tome. It's not enough to simply grow within yourself. The true measure of personal development lies in how that growth ripples outward, touching those around you and elevating the collective. It's in the small, unnoticed moments when a newfound confidence sparks a conversation that leads to collaboration, or when an understanding of one's purpose becomes a beacon for others seeking theirs. Expanding influence isn't about the volume of your voice or the number of followers you amass. It's about the quiet power of authentic connections that inspire and create shared pathways to success. Imagine how a simple gesture, a moment of genuine encouragement, or the courage to stand by your values can ignite an extraordinary chain reaction. It starts with the realization that personal growth is never a solo journey. It's the beginning of a larger story where you become both the artist and the canvas, painting a life that influences and empowers others. The journey to expanding influence isn't just about adding new skills or knowledge. It's about embodying and living out the principles that resonate deeply, so much so that they can't help but be felt by others. When growth transcends the individual, it sparks the potential in others. It builds trust in places where doubt once ruled and forges bonds that create a foundation for shared achievements. To expand your influence is to become a mirror that reflects the best in those you encounter, drawing out the strengths and visions they may have not even known they possessed. It is through this seamless exchange, through the authentic blending of aspirations and actions, that meaningful connections form and shared success becomes an inevitable outcome. This is not about charisma or performative gestures. It's about living in such a way that your values, choices, and contributions align to inspire others into action. Influence, when rooted in personal growth, turns into a legacy, one that transforms not just how others see you, but how they see themselves and what they are capable of achieving. It's a journey that demands courage, purpose, and a relentless commitment to showing up, not just for yourself, but for those whose lives you can touch in profound ways. Chapter 1. Uncovering Potential. Every journey begins with a realization, a moment when you pause and take a deeper look at who you are. This is where it all starts, the understanding that inside of you lies a potential waiting to be recognized and nurtured. It's often hidden beneath layers of self-doubt, comfort zones, and the noise of expectations. But beneath it all, there is a version of you capable of incredible achievements, innovation, and growth. To uncover this potential, it's essential to start with self-reflection. This doesn't mean just thinking about your strengths in a superficial way, but rather being honest with yourself about your core abilities, your natural talents, and the things that make you unique. It's about recognizing the patterns that have emerged in your life, the moments when you felt most alive, most driven, or when you managed to overcome difficult situations with unexpected creativity. The process isn't without its challenges. It requires facing fears and peeling away the beliefs that have held you back for years. There is power in understanding your moments of resistance and using them as a guide to reframe how you approach your potential. Often, the mind's first instinct is to dismiss the unfamiliar or the bold, but recognizing and pushing against these natural barriers can lead to the most profound growth. True self-discovery comes from actively seeking out experiences that challenge your current perception of what you can achieve. It's in those experiences, whether they're new projects, hobbies, or stepping into a role that makes you uncomfortable, that you find pieces of yourself you didn't know existed. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a testament to your courage to go deeper. Uncovering potential also involves embracing failure. It's not just about celebrating moments of success. It's about understanding that setbacks are not dead ends, but rather clues that point to areas where you can grow. Reflecting on these moments helps you develop resilience and highlights the lessons you'd miss if you only focused on outcomes. With every stumble, you learn something vital about your approach, your limitations, and your innate strengths. The pursuit of potential requires honest feedback, from within and from others. Sometimes we see ourselves through a narrow lens, but having mentors or peers who can provide perspective helps you identify hidden strengths you may not recognize. They can show you the ways you naturally contribute to a team or how you excel under certain conditions. Listen not just to praise but to constructive criticism. It can reveal more than you expect. Another key to uncovering your potential lies in observing your responses to the world around you. Watch how you engage with challenges, what excites you, and what drains your energy. When you find yourself lost in a task, forgetting time and feeling fulfilled, that's often a clue to where your true potential resides. Harnessing those moments and making space for them in your life can shift your entire trajectory. Finally, the act of uncovering potential isn't just a one-time event. It's an ongoing process. It's the commitment to continuously reflect, adapt, and expand your understanding of what you're capable of. It's about being willing to step into uncertainty and take calculated risks that challenge your current reality. It's knowing that with each new step, you're not just moving toward what you can achieve, but also discovering more of who you are meant to become. Chapter 2. Charting a vision. A vision isn't just a distant dream or a list of goals pinned to the wall. It's the compass that guides every step you take. It's the unseen force that pulls you forward, even when the path ahead is shrouded in uncertainty. To chart a vision, you need to look beyond what you're doing today and create a mental picture of where you want to be tomorrow, next year, or even a decade from now. The act of envisioning your future starts with digging into what matters most to you. This is not about chasing trends or conforming to what others expect. It's about peeling back layers to find what truly stirs your spirit. The ideas, people, or experiences that resonate deeply and leave a lasting impact. Consider the moments that have given you a sense of fulfillment or purpose. What was it about those moments that made them significant? How did they align with who you are at your core? Building a vision requires quiet moments of introspection. It's about asking questions that force you to reflect on your values, passions, and the legacy you wish to create. It's tempting to settle for answers that sound good or are easy to articulate, but a compelling vision goes deeper. It takes time and courage to sift through your wants and needs, discerning what truly aligns with your deepest aspirations. This process calls for honesty and vulnerability, accepting that what you want may not fit into the conventional idea of success. A strong vision is defined by its clarity. Picture your ideal life, not just in broad strokes, but in the vivid details that bring it to life. What does your day look like when you are living in alignment with your true self? Who are the people around you? What kind of work do you do? And how do you feel when you do it? These details are the building blocks that transform a vision from a nebulous wish into an actionable pursuit. The clearer the vision, the easier it becomes to identify the steps that will get you there. Sometimes, charting a vision means confronting fears and doubts. It's natural for your mind to jump to all the reasons why something isn't possible or why you should play it safe. These fears are often loud and persistent, trying to hold you back from reaching higher. But a vision is powerful because it transcends these fears. When you have a vision that speaks to your soul, it's easier to see past the doubts and to remind yourself of the bigger picture. Your vision should be flexible too. Life has a way of throwing curveballs, and rigid plans often buckle under pressure. A vision that stays alive is one that adapts to changing circumstances without losing its essence. Flexibility allows you to navigate unexpected challenges and seize new opportunities. It's not about letting go of your vision when things get tough. It's about adjusting your approach while staying true to your core goals. Connecting with others who share similar aspirations can elevate your vision even further. These people are your sounding boards, your mentors, and sometimes your greatest supporters. They can offer insight, share experiences, and help you see your path more clearly. A strong community amplifies your efforts, reminding you that you're not alone in your pursuit and that the collective energy can bring more opportunities and ideas than you might ever imagine. Ultimately, a vision isn't just something you set and forget. It's a continuous, dynamic part of your life. You revisit it, refine it, and let it evolve as you do. It becomes the guiding star that keeps you focused, even on the days when motivation wanes and the road feels long. It's the reminder of who you are and what you're capable of, even when the world around you changes. Chapter 3. Power of Decisions. Every step you take begins with a choice, and within each choice lies the potential to shape the trajectory of your life. The decisions we make are more than just fleeting moments of thought. They are acts of creation. They hold the power to transform, not just the outcome of a single day, but the entire direction of our journey. Understanding this is the first step to realizing how crucial it is to make decisions that align with your deepest aspirations and values. Decision-making is more than just choosing between options. It's an act of self-trust. When you commit to a decision, you are placing faith in yourself, even when the outcome is uncertain. Every choice carries an element of risk, and it's easy to let fear or doubt cloud your judgment. But those who achieve meaningful growth understand that the potential for transformation lies in taking decisive action, not in waiting for perfect circumstances or for fear to subside. The transformative power of decisions comes from their ability to shift your mindset. When you make a decision with purpose, it becomes an anchor, a defining moment that sets the tone for your future actions. It shifts you from a state of indecision and passivity into one of ownership and forward momentum. This shift can be subtle, yet its impact is profound. It changes how you see challenges, opportunities, and your own potential. The act of committing to a decision also builds resilience. Life will inevitably present moments where the choice you made becomes difficult, where obstacles appear larger than anticipated. It's at these moments that your initial commitment is tested. Those who understand the true power of decisions don't let the first sign of difficulty push them into retreat. Instead, they lean into their choices, adapting their strategies, and finding creative ways to stay on course. It is this ability to push forward, even in the face of adversity, that fosters personal growth and development. Every decision you make creates momentum. This momentum can be positive or negative, depending on the path you choose. When decisions are made with clarity, focus, and alignment with your true self, they build on each other, propelling you forward. It's like a snowball gathering speed as it rolls down a hill, growing larger and more powerful with each rotation. On the other hand, indecision and hesitation can create stagnation, a place where dreams become distant wishes and potential is left untapped. Commitment is what turns a decision into a powerful force. It's easy to make a choice, but to commit to it means you are all in, no matter the challenges that arise. It means embracing discomfort, knowing that the only way to make progress is through growth and perseverance. True commitment also involves accepting the responsibility for the outcome. Whether it leads to success or failure, the decision becomes part of your story, and it shapes your character and strength. The strength of your choices also lies in their alignment with your values. When decisions resonate with what you deeply believe in, they become easier to make and easier to stick with. The more in tune you are with your inner compass, the clearer your path becomes. This connection helps you navigate difficult situations and reinforces your sense of purpose. It's like an internal guide that reminds you why you started and keeps you moving forward, even when the world seems to be pulling you in different directions. Part of embracing the power of decisions is recognizing that not every choice will be perfect, and that's okay. The beauty of decision-making is that it is not an all-or-nothing endeavor. Each decision, no matter how small, builds upon the next. Some will teach you lessons you didn't anticipate, helping you refine your judgment and grow stronger in the process. The moments of doubt and uncertainty are not failures. They are part of the mosaic of growth, adding depth and texture to the story of your life. Ultimately, it is not the absence of choices or the ease of decisions that leads to fulfillment, but the courage to make them, the wisdom to learn from them, and the commitment to stand by them, come what may. Chapter 4. Rethinking Challenges. Life is a series of experiences, both expected and unexpected, that shape who we are. While it's natural to want everything to go smoothly, It's in the moments of difficulty that we discover who we truly are and what we are capable of achieving. Challenges are not just obstacles, they are teachers in disguise, each one holding lessons that can transform us if we choose to see them that way. The way we approach these moments makes all the difference, shifting our perspective from seeing challenges as mere problems to viewing them as stepping stones to growth can unlock potential we never thought possible. Imagine approaching a challenge not as something to avoid or fear, but as an opportunity to learn, adapt, and emerge stronger. This shift is not an easy one, and it requires conscious effort and courage. The first step is to recognize that challenges are part of the natural flow of life, woven into the fabric of our experiences to teach resilience, patience, and creativity. When we face an obstacle, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" we can reframe our mindset to ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" When we encounter an obstacle, it often feels like the world has shifted beneath us, leaving us unsure of our next step. But within that uncertainty lies the space for true growth. There is a deep strength in the ability to face discomfort head-on, to push through when the path isn't clear, and to keep moving forward even when progress feels slow. Challenges offer a canvas for innovation, pushing us to think outside the box and to cultivate solutions that we may not have considered before. They encourage us to explore our resourcefulness, to tap into the creative depths of our minds, and to lean on the skills and knowledge we may have forgotten we possess. Each challenge we overcome leaves a mark on our character, building layers of resilience and fortitude. It is in those moments of struggle that we often learn the most about ourselves, what we value, what we fear, and what we are willing to fight for. These revelations can ignite a newfound sense of purpose and clarity. They remind us that even in the most trying times, we are capable of more than we ever imagined. The greatest achievements often arise from the most unlikely circumstances, shaped by the determination of those who faced obstacles and saw them as the seeds of change. Reframing challenges requires a willingness to let go of the comfort of certainty and the fear of failure. It's about being present in the moment, accepting what is, and embracing the unknown. This doesn't mean denying that challenges can be painful or difficult. Acknowledging the discomfort and the strain is essential, but it's also essential to push past it and see what lies beyond. By doing so, we allow ourselves to discover solutions, adapt our thinking, and gain the courage to step into uncharted territories. Challenges teach us patience, the kind that comes from understanding that growth doesn't happen overnight. They remind us that progress is often not linear. Some days will feel like leaps forward, while others might feel like a series of small steps or even setbacks. And that's okay. The process itself is a form of growth, one that strengthens our resolve and expands our capacity for perseverance. With each challenge, we become more adept at handling uncertainty, more skilled at navigating complexity, and more willing to take calculated risks that lead to breakthrough moments. There is a power in realizing that we have the ability to transform the way we view adversity. Instead of seeing it as a roadblock, we can see it as a moment that pushes us to reach new heights. The change happens not when things are easy, but when we make the choice to push through difficulty, to find the lessons within the struggle, and to keep moving forward no matter how small the steps may be. This mindset isn't about ignoring difficulties. It's about finding value within them, discovering how they shape us, and using them as fuel for the journey ahead. Chapter 5. Mastering Inner Dialogue. The words we speak to ourselves form the silent architecture of our lives. It is in the conversations we have within our minds that the foundation for our actions and beliefs is laid. Inner dialogue shapes our perception of the world and our place in it. Yet all too often, this internal voice runs on autopilot, echoing doubts, criticisms, and stories that keep us confined to old patterns. To master this internal dialogue is to take command of our thoughts, choosing those that inspire action, build confidence, and reinforce our truest beliefs. The mind is a powerful tool, but it requires guidance. We can either let it dictate our reality or take the reins and steer it in the direction we want to go. Imagine stepping into a room and hearing an inner voice that fuels your motivation, uplifts your spirit, and challenges your courage. This is what happens when we reshape our self-talk into an instrument of growth and resilience. Self-talk is not just about repeating positive affirmations. It's about rewriting the story that guides our behavior. It's easy to fall into patterns of self-criticism, especially when mistakes and failures seem to confirm our worst fears. But growth is found not in silence, but in conscious choice. The first step in mastering inner dialogue is to become aware of the thoughts that take up space in your mind. Awareness is like a light switch that illuminates the patterns, allowing you to recognize which ones serve you and which ones hold you back. It's only when you see the full picture of your inner conversation that you can start to make meaningful changes. When you notice negative self-talk, don't just push it aside. Understand it. Ask yourself why these thoughts have taken root and what they are trying to protect or warn you about. There is always a reason behind the noise, sometimes a past experience or a deeply rooted fear. With curiosity and compassion, you can start to see these patterns as an invitation to learn, not as a sentence to suffer. The dialogue can be transformed, not by ignoring its existence, but by responding to it in a way that serves growth. Rewriting this inner dialogue involves substituting the fear-based, self-limiting thoughts with beliefs that encourage progress and self-worth. For example, instead of thinking, "I can't do this," shift the narrative to, "I am learning and improving with every step I take." Instead of, "I always mess things up," try, "I am resilient, and mistakes are part of my growth." These subtle shifts are not just words, they are a recalibration of the mind's lens. They change how you perceive challenges, see opportunities, and approach each day with an open, optimistic spirit. A powerful tool in mastering inner dialogue is visualization. Picture yourself facing a challenge with a clear and supportive inner voice narrating your journey. Hear words of encouragement that push you forward, even in moments of doubt. Visualize a moment where you stand on the edge of comfort and fear, and let that voice remind you that you are capable, resourceful, and prepared. This isn't just imagination, it's training. Each time you engage in this practice, you reinforce a more empowering narrative within your mind. To maintain control over your inner dialogue, practice gratitude. Gratitude shifts the focus from what's wrong or missing to what's abundant and thriving. It's a powerful counterbalance to negative thoughts. Start and end your day by acknowledging 3 things you are grateful for. Let these moments of gratitude be the first and last thing you connect with each day, anchoring your thoughts to positivity. Surround yourself with language that nurtures growth. This can mean choosing to spend time with people who encourage you, reading literature that uplifts and educates, or curating the digital content you consume. The words we choose to absorb are reflected in our inner dialogue. If you feed your mind with positive, inspiring input, it's easier to respond with constructive and empowering thoughts. Mastering inner dialogue is not a destination, but an ongoing practice. It's about showing up each day and choosing, with intention, to speak to yourself in a way that supports your journey. The change won't happen overnight, but with consistency and patience, it will become the natural state of your mind's conversation. This practice is the difference between being at the mercy of your thoughts and being the author of them. It is where action starts, where belief is built, and where change begins. Chapter 6. Routine Redefine. Every day unfolds as a blank page, waiting for your influence to carve out meaning. The way you approach each day can be the difference between living on autopilot and being in full command of your journey. Creating daily habits that are aligned with your aspirations is more than just a strategy. It's an art form that embodies intention and conscious choice. Start by reflecting on what truly matters to you. What activities infuse you with energy and move you forward? Be mindful of your current routines and how they align with where you want to go. The small, overlooked moments in your day can be powerful opportunities to pivot and reinforce your commitment to your vision. Morning rituals are particularly transformative. They set the tone for the rest of the day, whether it's taking a few moments to meditate, reviewing your goals, or simply savoring a cup of tea in silence. The way you greet your morning has a ripple effect on your mindset. Pay attention to how you use your time. We often operate under the illusion that time is an unchangeable stream, but the reality is that it is shaped by how we choose to fill it. An effective daily routine isn't about squeezing more activities in, but about ensuring that what you do reflects what you value most. If creativity fuels your spirit, set aside dedicated time where you can explore ideas without interruption. If physical health is a priority, weave movement into your day in a way that feels invigorating rather than obligatory. One of the most significant changes comes from looking at your routine through a lens of adaptability. The rituals you establish don't have to be set in stone. They should evolve as you do, growing alongside your ambitions and adjusting to what life throws your way. Adaptability doesn't mean abandoning your goals. It means being flexible enough to maintain your focus even when your circumstances shift. The power of routine lies in its consistency. It's not about momentary bursts of energy, but the steady commitment to daily actions that compound over time. These repeated actions embed themselves in your subconscious, slowly transforming them from tasks to natural, unthinking responses. When your routines align with your true priorities, they begin to redefine your identity, shifting you from someone who wishes to change into someone who already embodies that change. Balance is crucial. A routine that overemphasizes productivity at the expense of well-being will inevitably lead to burnout. Create space for rest, reflection, and enjoyment. A well-rounded daily practice nurtures not just your goals but also your well-being, reminding you that life is not just about achievement, but about finding joy in the journey. Reevaluate your routine periodically. Ask yourself, is this practice contributing to my growth, or is it simply filling time? Removing the elements that don't serve you opens up room for practices that align more closely with who you are becoming. With each conscious decision to build a routine that supports your growth, you redefine what your day looks like and, ultimately, who you are becoming. Chapter 7. Seeking Insight. The pursuit of personal growth doesn't unfold solely in the noise of ambition or the clamor of busy schedules. More often, it emerges from the quieter moments of reflection, where we turn inward to understand our thoughts, choices, and the underlying motivations driving them. True progress is found when we stop, breathe, and listen to what our inner selves are telling us, allowing us to uncover the wisdom that already resides within. Introspection is not simply looking back at events, but taking the time to decipher their meanings and implications. It's about being present with yourself in a way that goes beyond routine, where you pause to ask, what am I learning from this? How does this experience shape me? What am I missing in my approach that I need to recognize? Without this kind of mindful inquiry, we remain static, repeating the same patterns without real understanding. The value of this practice lies in its simplicity and depth. Creating space for quiet thought is an act of respect toward oneself, a decision to acknowledge your own complexities and give yourself the room to process them. It's in these moments that insights are born, not just solutions to problems, but deeper realizations that shift your perspective and inform your choices moving forward. Whether it's in the form of journaling, meditating, or simply sitting in solitude, making time for this introspective pause can illuminate blind spots that once felt impossible to see. The power of seeking insight lies in recognizing that it transcends just the mind. It resonates with your emotions, senses, and spirit. A single thought, when examined fully, can open up a chain of realizations that connect your past, present, and future. It becomes a process where every memory and decision serves not as an isolated event, but as a building block in the foundation of who you are becoming. This comprehensive approach allows you to align your actions with your most authentic self, where goals are no longer imposed by external expectations, but are born from an understanding of your true nature. When you engage in this journey of self-discovery, You tap into a source of strength that is uniquely yours. The voice inside, steady, genuine, and wise, guides you not through the noise of doubt, but through the clarity that comes with self-awareness. This practice cultivates patience, teaching you that progress isn't always about action, but about listening, understanding, and being in tune with your own growth. Seeking insight isn't just a practice for those moments of struggle. It's an ongoing commitment to living with purpose. It's the choice to reflect on your motivations and actions with compassion, to sift through emotions without judgment, and to meet yourself with the same kindness you offer others. In this space, you begin to find that true progress emerges not just in moments of achievement, but in the quiet, transformative understanding of your own being. Chapter 8. Adapting to Shifts. The ability to adapt to change is not just a skill, it's the foundation of growth and sustainability. Change is inevitable, and how we respond to it determines whether we rise or falter. The essence of true resilience is the capacity to adjust without losing the core of who we are or what we value. It's not merely about surviving upheaval, but learning to thrive within it, harnessing the energy of change as a source of strength. Resilience starts with understanding that change is not an external force to be resisted, but an internal process to be navigated. Embracing this mindset opens the door to real transformation. When faced with unexpected circumstances, instead of panicking or clinging to the past, pause and assess the new reality. Look at it with curiosity, not fear. It's an opportunity to explore uncharted paths, to discover skills and perspectives that might have remained dormant in more predictable conditions. Part of this adaptability lies in recognizing that no situation is permanent. Whether it's personal, professional, or societal, the only certainty is the ever-changing nature of life itself. This awareness encourages a flexible approach to challenges and opportunities alike. It's not about being indifferent or detached, but about cultivating a balanced response that allows you to adjust, pivot, and grow without losing your direction. Taking the time to build inner strength can prepare you for the next unexpected twist. This means nurturing habits that enhance your ability to stay grounded, such as mindful reflection, setting clear yet adaptable goals, and creating a supportive network. Strength is not forged in moments of ease but in times of uncertainty, when you face the unknown with courage and determination. One powerful aspect of adapting to change is seeing it not just as a challenge, but as a teacher. It can reveal insights about your capabilities, desires, and limits. Each shift, no matter how uncomfortable, holds the potential to transform how you view yourself and your surroundings. Ask questions. What is this experience teaching me? What skills am I developing that I didn't know I had? By framing challenges as moments of learning, you create space for personal growth. There's an art to letting go of the illusion of control. Embracing adaptability means accepting that not everything can be predicted or managed. This doesn't imply passivity. It means knowing when to act boldly and when to stand firm in the face of unpredictability. The key is to maintain a steady presence and an open mind, even when circumstances are turbulent. When you cultivate the habit of adapting, you start to see change not as a threat, but as a catalyst for innovation. You become more attuned to opportunities that were once hidden beneath the surface of familiarity, whether it's finding new ways to solve old problems, seizing moments that challenge your comfort zone, or choosing to grow through discomfort. Resilience shifts your perspective from survival mode to thrive mode. Ultimately, true resilience isn't measured by how well you withstand adversity, but by how gracefully you navigate through it and come out stronger, wiser, and more capable of embracing the next chapter. Chapter 9. Celebrating Momentum. The act of celebrating progress can often be overlooked, seen as an optional or secondary part of growth. Yet recognizing and cherishing milestones is not just a way to mark time, it's a way to recharge your energy, affirm your direction, and refuel the determination that propels you forward. Momentum is a powerful force that feeds off recognition and celebration. It's what keeps the engine running when challenges try to stall your journey. Milestones, whether big or small, serve as tangible reminders that progress is real. These moments can be subtle, completing a difficult project, making a tough decision, or simply sticking to your plan on a challenging day. They can also be monumental, such as a major promotion, starting a new venture, or achieving a personal goal you've worked tirelessly toward. Celebrating these achievements is a practice that reinforces the value of perseverance and highlights that every step forward, no matter how minute, is a part of the greater picture. There is a unique kind of strength that emerges from acknowledging your growth. When you pause to celebrate, you're not just patting yourself on the back, you're validating the effort, reminding yourself of your capabilities, and instilling the belief that you can overcome what's next. It's in these moments that you can reflect on the lessons learned and the resilience developed. You start to see that each challenge wasn't a stumbling block but a building block. A culture of celebration can transform the way you approach future tasks. It creates a positive feedback loop where each completed goal fuels the ambition for the next. This momentum is contagious, often extending beyond the individual to those around you. When people witness someone embracing progress with gratitude and joy, it inspires them to take their own steps toward improvement. Sharing these moments with others can build a community rooted in shared growth and collective encouragement. But celebrating momentum isn't just about acknowledging when things go right. It's also about recognizing progress in the face of setbacks and challenges. Even when a project doesn't yield the results you hoped for, taking a moment to honor the efforts made and the obstacles overcome helps build resilience. This attitude shifts focus away from failure and toward growth. The mind learns to associate persistence with celebration, which encourages it to stay engaged, even in difficult circumstances. Every milestone, regardless of its scale, deserves recognition. The process of celebrating each one encourages a habit of noticing what's been achieved, which can be a powerful motivator. From a simple high five to yourself after a long day to more elaborate celebrations like a small gathering with loved ones, taking the time to acknowledge what you've accomplished strengthens the bond between you and your journey. Life is a blend of striving and savoring, of planning and pausing. Momentum is more than the continuous push forward. It's the moments of pause that allow you to absorb, reflect, and draw energy from the progress you've made. Those moments of recognition are the spaces where determination refuels, creativity reignites, and the path ahead becomes clearer. Chapter 10. Expanding influence. Influence is a subtle yet powerful force that transcends individual achievements. It is not just about what you accomplish, but how your journey resonates with those around you. When you focus on nurturing your own growth, that energy becomes a catalyst for inspiring others. It turns personal accomplishments into shared victories, creating ripples of impact that stretch far beyond the limits of your own life. True influence stems from the authenticity of your character and the genuine way you engage with others. People are drawn not just to success, but to the stories and values behind it. When your growth is visible, not just in what you do but in who you become, it speaks volumes. It encourages others to take their own steps toward growth, fostering a sense of community where collective progress is celebrated. This creates a cycle where influence reinforces growth and vice versa, fueling mutual achievement. Consider how personal growth manifests in meaningful connections. A mentor who listens with empathy, a leader who shares the challenges of their journey, or a colleague who offers encouragement at the right moment. These interactions illustrate the power of influence. When people feel seen, heard, and valued, their belief in their potential rises, propelling them toward their own aspirations. The role of influence is not to command or dictate, but to empower and elevate those around you. Expanding influence means being intentional about how you communicate your journey. Sharing your lessons and challenges fosters trust, and when others see vulnerability paired with resilience, they find themselves inspired to act. But influence is also about showing up consistently, practicing the very growth you advocate. It's a reminder that the values you embody, whether it's persistence, kindness, or integrity, are what leave a lasting impression. Building a legacy of influence involves recognizing the importance of collaborative success, Your achievements can become a springboard for others' success stories. This is where the shift happens from personal ambition to shared mission. Celebrating the victories of others, encouraging their pursuits, and offering support when needed are not just acts of generosity. They are investments in the greater network of growth and success. Expanding influence is about weaving your path with those of others, creating a fabric rich with shared experiences, mutual support, and collective growth. It's the understanding that each person's success contributes to a larger vision of progress. Your journey does not end when you reach a milestone. Instead, it opens the door for others to step forward, inspired by the path you have walked. In this way, your growth becomes an invitation for others to pursue theirs, and the shared successes that follow become a testament to the power of interconnected ambition. Conclusion. Growth is not just a personal pursuit. It is the catalyst that sets into motion a ripple effect, reaching far beyond the self. As you journeyed through these chapters, you have learned that the path to genuine influence begins with an unwavering commitment to your own evolution. It is in this transformation that your impact on others takes root, moving from inspiration to action, from individual success to shared achievement. The influence you cultivate is built not on authority or acclaim, but on trust, empathy, and a genuine desire to contribute. The journey you've embarked on is not about reaching a single destination, but continuously evolving with each step, adjusting and growing as you encounter new challenges and opportunities. You understand now that influence is forged through moments of authenticity, when you choose connection over convenience, when you find courage in vulnerability, and when you listen more deeply than you speak. Real influence is earned through the consistent practice of these values, and it transcends any one individual's story. It is felt in the way you inspire action in others, the way you uplift them during their own struggles, and the way you champion collective growth over individual gain. True leaders don't just teach, they guide with an open heart, allowing those around them to discover their own strengths and find their voice. As you move forward, remember that every interaction carries the potential to build or erode trust. Your journey of expanding influence is not about wielding power, but about creating a space where others feel seen, heard, and valued. The legacy you leave is not measured by accolades, but by the positive changes you inspire and the ripple effects you set in motion. In moments of doubt or challenge, reflect on the strength of your journey thus far. Trust in the power of what you've built, a network of meaningful connections, a shared vision for growth, and an influence that reaches beyond the limits of time and place. Keep moving forward with the knowledge that the greatest impact is found not in the recognition of what you've done, but in the unseen and unmeasured ways you've touched lives and uplifted those around you. Your support makes all the difference. If you enjoy our content, consider joining our channel memberships to unlock special perks and exclusive content. Members help us keep the creative energy flowing and allow us to reach more people with powerful and uplifting content. Join us and be a part of something meaningful.